What you're about to watch is a special private training session for people who bought a copy of my book, Built to Serve. Enjoy. Pumped to be here. Welcome back. Pablo's question was serve and money, how to set priorities, your mindset for revenue. So this is a big reason why I wrote Built to Serve, because a lot of people have a hard time making money off of their purpose. And you have a hard time asking and a hard time monetizing. And as a result, you end up doing the thing in the evenings and weekends and then having to have some other job that you don't like just to pay the bills. I know Zane and I have talked a bunch about making money on our live streams because Zane has a hard time asking for money. It's like, no, Zane, you gotta charge. This is how much it is. We gotta charge. Right? It doesn't mean that you still can't give things away for free. At every event that I go to when I'm speaking, there's always usually 5 to 10% of people that will give tickets away for free. Some people are homeless and you never know it. You never know it by looking at them that they're homeless. So you can still have that as an element, as a part of it, but you have to make money, because if you're not making money, then you don't build your business. You don't build your purpose. You don't impact more people. Like, look at the reach that I'm able to have because of the team. If this was me, Evan Carmichael, part-time doing things, I probably wouldn't even have written this book. We wouldn't be here talking. And so, as I say in the book, money has to be in your top 5, just not number 1. So you have to learn how to make money off of your business. You have to, because otherwise you're stuck with a job that you hate. It just can't be number 1. It can't be above everything else. So when people come in, we had a guy in our live stream 2 days ago, I think, came in and said, "Hey, I've got 2 business ideas. The first one, I enjoy and I struggle with this, and I want to help other people through it. And then the other one, this is hot opportunity with my cousin." Like, no, the first one. Like, don't do the hot opportunity with your cousin. That's just not the one. But that's how most people start a business. That's what most people, they just think they're going to make a quick buck, as opposed to actually being deeply connected to it. And that's when you end up losing. So money's got to be in your top 5, just not number 1. Does that help? Probably we can go deeper since you're here. That was your topic. Does that help you with where you're at?
Yes. Sometimes it's kind of until what do you do? What do you do free? Where you, how do you charge? How much do you charge? Sometimes it's I don't know. I help a lot of people and I feel that pressure. Like today, finally, I get every day. I have this problem. This, help me with this. I've been helping for years. But also it's just, even I have 2 people that many times they help me, they bring the issues, and today was the first time they say, if you wanna me to answer you, just do it through the YouTube, so at least I don't, I used to do for WhatsApp, I used to do it on the email.
Yeah.
And now I say, no, YouTube. And if you don't do it in YouTube, I feel like it's hard because the kind of problem, one woman was abused and, she need to negotiate. She need to do, another person solve their business and this. And so people that financially, they're not stable. So I don't know, but yeah.
Okay. So let's get super tactical here. 1, in your bio of all your social accounts, we need to have something that talks about what they can buy. So it could be hire me for coaching. It could be check out my new book. It could be like whatever you have for sale. This is what I told Zane to do, because Zane will just give everything away, spend all his time for free, and and just love on everybody. It's like, Zane, you need to make money. You got to do this. So when he started doing his Built to Serve Readers Club that we launched, as he gets better at going through the book and coaching, the idea is to train him to be a Built to Serve coach and help people who go deeper. Because I'm not coaching. I'm not doing coaching consulting services. I don't want to do it, but Zane does. So that's got to be in your bio. You got to let people know that it's available. And in the Facebook post, we talk about, here's this free group that we're launching that you can be a part of. And if you want to go deeper with me, I also do coaching, and here's the link. So you have it as part of your default messaging. So think about your social media accounts, think about your email, wherever you could potentially talk about yourself. I want you to put in, I need people to know that you have something to sell. Like this is the advice of people who struggle. Some people are just overselling, selling everything as a sales pitch, right? That's what you probably want to avoid becoming, and you're afraid that you might be judged like that. So uh step number one in your social bio, I need to know, like, what are you selling, Pablo? Are you selling coaching? You're selling a training? What are you selling?
Yeah, selling coaching, and I have programs that are different time of the year. Like in March is the next program.
Yeah. So something in your bio that says DM me for coaching,
I see.
right? DM me for leadership coaching, or DM me for whatever specific coaching. Um, yeah, just so that it's, because you're not gonna offer it by default. So I want to see it in the bio so people know that you're doing it. The next thing is, if it's free, then make them go through some hoops. You're spending your time on it. Make them have to do something. So telling them to ask you on YouTube is a hoop. Some people on mine will be, hey, join us live on Instagram. Join us live on YouTube for the live stream that I do with Zan and Drew. So somebody asked me a question on Instagram, and it's going to be a long one. I just respond to say, hey, let's get into it on my YouTube live. We're going live tonight at 6:00. Join us. And if they're not willing to do that, like they have to show up, right? They've got to own their step a little bit. We've had a guy who's come like 8 times or something to our live stream, named Mike, who keeps asking the same questions over and over and over again. It's like, Mike, like, he's always asking purpose related questions. So Mike, did you get Built to Serve yet? Like, you have to get, we're gonna help you. Zan's gonna do a free one-on-one session with you. Zan offered, but you have to get a copy of Built to Serve. Buy it on Amazon, get the free version, like sign up for an audible trial and get the free audio book, anything. Like, you have to, all your questions are around purpose. The answers are in Built to Serve. You have to go pick it up. And you know, Zen doesn't even get anything from it, right? If we get a sale from Amazon, woohoo, right? I'm barely making
Right.
anything. Zane's not making anything, but we're making him jump through a hoop. Like, you have to show up. If you're going to show up for them, they have to at least do something to meet you, not even halfway, but like, take a step. Show me that you're committed. Show me that you're willing to do something.
Yeah.
Right. So I like that, of pushing them to YouTube or pushing them somewhere else. So it shows you who's willing to step up and be a little bit more committed. And I'm happy to, if people want to show up, I'm happy to do it. Most people don't show up, and that's the problem. So we had a guy who wanted to interview me for his podcast. And I get just tons of interview requests for podcasts. So I said, come and join us on the YouTube live and let's talk about it. So he came to the YouTube live, and I said, hey, appreciate you showing up. I'm super busy right now, but talk to me in the new year. And this was in maybe October or something. Maybe Zan remembers. It's October, November. And then he came back in January. He said, hey, I'm just reminding you, hey, we said January. I said, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. And I don't know if I was his first guest or his like fourth guest, but he's like right at the beginning, brand new. And because he was willing to jump through the hoops, he got access, right? And so that's something that at the beginning, if you only get 4 comments a day, it's easy to respond to everybody. But as you grow, that's going to be a real demand on your time. And so, one, letting people know that you have a paid version. And then 2, for free, yes, we still do some, but you have to jump through a few hoops to make it happen. And then the third thing I'd offer out is having it public. So I'll
Yeah.
help you on my Instagram live. Come on my Instagram live, and we'll work through it. And if they're not willing to, option 1, they're not willing to pay you. Option 2, they're not willing to go to another platform and ask you a question on YouTube. Or 3, they're not willing to go live with you on Instagram. It's like, you gotta show up somewhere. Like, I'm trying here, right? You gotta take that at least one step in to show me that you're a little bit committed, so that it's a use of your time, right? A good use of your time. So those those three things. And that will weed out a lot of people, but also bring you the people who are actually ready for change and for action, so that you don't feel like you're wasting your time. Yeah. Welcome, Luis. Welcome aboard. What else? What do you guys got? This is it's a small group today, so we can make it intimate.
Yeah, I did it. I did it. I'm doing the coaching, the coaching one-on-one, for the free version, and that is very good. Just I feel on my group and many other people that comment. So but definitely I need to put it very, very clear. Many people know, but they just because I've been trying to build build a community on Tuesdays where we meet. There's like 150, 200 people. You meet for Zoom, and I teach them. I work on this, and after that I stay 1 hour with everyone, but sometimes it's just getting not tired, but there is a lot of stalkers. There's a lady that they would appear for everywhere, and and appear on my WhatsApp, appear on this for everywhere, and she will follow me and my team. There's a lot of weird people. So and I'm more exposed. Like you can. So I said, oh my God, now we need to deal with that. And my biggest fear, I don't know how you feel, but my biggest fear is I say, no, stop it, stop it. That's enough, is she's going to go and put this bad comment on the Facebook. There was a guy in another country that also was stalking me last year. I said, hey man, stop it. Just stop it. I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to do that. That's your issue. That's and he went and make a nasty comment. So that's my fear. That I don't know. It makes sense or no?
Most of the time, honestly, it's just ignoring. Like most of them are just attention seekers. It doesn't happen that often, but when it does, the telling somebody to stop it usually doesn't work. Usually just gets them even more upset. It's just ignoring until it's like the little kid who's yelling and raging and freaking out, and if you just ignore them, they calm down, or go the bully, go pick on somebody else. But if you I just found like trying to, or you have to go deep and coach them, or you have to, just telling somebody to stop it is going to be, you're likely to get them in defensive mode.
Yeah.
So you have to either be willing to coach them through it, or just ignore them.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're making it worse.
Right. Yeah, I did.
But that's like any coaching. If you're going to dive into somebody's problem, at the beginning you make it worse, and they get defensive. Like a great coach, if you're not bumping up against defensiveness, you're not doing your job as a coach.
All right.
You have to be, when they start being defensive, that means you actually hit on something. If they're just saying yes, 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 they're probably not going to follow through and do anything. It's when they get defensive, like, ooh, okay, let's talk about this, because this is your block right here. But to dive into that, you have to be able to pull them out on the other side. You can't just leave them hanging in the negativity. So if you don't, either one, want to put in the effort to do it, or two, don't think you can, then it's better not to address it at all, because you're just going to make it worse.
Yeah, especially when they don't pay you.
Sure. But if you're doing, even in the free sessions, I'd say, like, you're doing Instagram live coaching.
Yeah. Like you said, you
okay,
told me so doing this.
Extra homework, Pablo. Now I want you in your Instagram live sessions to say, so normally I do this as a paid service. I get paid to coach people on how to, like, what's the coaching you do? Leadership?
Negotiation. How to approach deals.
Yeah. So normally I do this kind of work. I get paid to train people on how to negotiate. I work with salespeople and CEOs and entrepreneurs to help them close more effective deals. and that's my business. I get paid to do this. But every week on Tuesday, I like going live as a free service for everybody to be able to learn from. And today we've got whoever on, and I'm going to help him with, right, so that people know you're still doing the free thing, but that people know that you do this as a service as well. It's not a hard pitch. It's not saying, and remember, go hire me, right? But you're setting context as you're the expert. You get paid for this.
In the beginning of the session.
Yeah, in the beginning of the session. And you can storytell in the middle if it makes sense, right? So, for example, one of my clients, I was just working with a client on this yesterday, and his biggest problem was he didn't know how to X, right? The fact that you're saying one of my clients, obviously you're not going to say the name and what company they're from, and you can change it. I'll change gender a lot. I'll say guy when it's a girl and opposite, because it doesn't matter who the person is. It's just the story, right? So that people know if you're telling stories about how you're coaching people, it's not with the just intent to try to sell people. You're telling that story for a reason, but it positions you as a coach, and that, oh, he does this as a service. Maybe he can help me negotiate my next deal.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
So I saw you and Cam's IG live, and you suggested that he, do a 30-day challenge. Well, I had already had this workbook that I had created like last October, November. Mm-hmm. So I decided to launch it, and I did. I got 2 people that signed up, but I closed the registration on the 25th because I wanted to just focus and make sure I was walking them through the workbook, and I got the Facebook group and all that other stuff. But it prompted me, because I've been really wanting to do like a 6-month program where I walk people through how I, changed my mindset and got to the space that I'm in today. And I'm really not sure how I want to do it. I don't know if I want to do it just in 30-day increments, like the first month we do mental, the second month we do emotional, the third month we do spiritual, or if I just want to offer it as like a 6-month program. I still want to keep the same format where people come into the Facebook group, and it's a private Facebook group, and I'm there, offering support. I'm there going over the questions every week. Mm-hmm. I'm just needing more direction on how to effectively market that, or your genius expertise on how I should really launch that.
I just drank down the wrong way. Perfect timing. I think 6 months is too long.
Okay.
I think somebody might sign up for it, but I think what I would do is have your different modules, break it up into 6 different things. Okay. And then I need to be able to join in the next module. So as long as they're not building on each other, right? Like module 1, if it's mindset, like, what's module 1?
Module 1 is mental. Mm-hmm.
Mental.
It's mental. So what I'm doing is 6 pillars of.
Got it. What's the name of number 2?
Number 2 is emotional.
Perfect. So I need to be able to join at emotional.
Okay.
If I missed the mindset or the mental.
Okay.
They're connected. It's part of this whole thing, but
right.
But they don't have to go. They don't have to flow like that. They don't have to flow. I don't feel like if I join in on the second one, I missed out on the first one.
I'm confused.
So they're self-contained modules with challenges if you want. Like, here's what we're going to do in the next 30 days. Somebody might sign up for all 6 months of them, all 6 pillars at once. Great. Awesome. But you can have that as an option. Most people won't. Most people will just sign up for, hey, we're starting our 30-day emotional challenge to help you get your emotions right for your business, or however you want to position it. And they could still sign up for the whole year or for the whole 6 months.
Right.
They just get mental at the end.
Gotcha.
Right.
So I should just keep it rolling so after the 6 months is up, we start the next 7th month on mental.
Yep.
Okay.
And you've learned something now because you've now gone through it with people. Your mental at 7 will be better than mental at 1.
Right.
And then what I would do is give some kind of alumni discount
Uh-huh.
to say, hey, if you want to go through this whole thing again,
Okay.
you get it again at like a quarter of the price or something.
Okay. So yeah, I was thinking about doing the 6 different modules, and then just group, I still want to keep it like at the same price point. It's just the workbook, but you get the free Facebook group community, me there, doing lives at the end of the week and every single day or every week coming on to go over the challenges or whatever I have for that week. But and then offer, so would I just create one book for the people who want the 6 months all together, or do I still keep them separately?
Separate.
Okay.
And you give them all 6 books.
Okay.
Or 6 PDFs or whatever.
Yep, 6 PDFs.
Like Zan and I were talking about this too with the Built to Serve readers group. It's like, it's got to be long enough that people can learn and interact and have fun and make connections. But if the group starts up every 6 months, it just takes way too long to get the next cohort going.
Right.
So Built to Serve does build, like it's hard to jump in at chapter 8 and Zane's talking about who, why, how, and they're like, what does that mean? So the book goes in a sequence, but for you, if you're looking at a 6-month program, that's your best bet. You sell the 30 days, you sell the 6 months, and then you sell once they've gone through it to come back and do it all over again, just as a refresher at a discounted rate.
So just one more thing. So really what I was thinking about doing is like April to October, then taking November off and then starting back in December. No, you just want me to just go right into November. Okay.
Because it's just going to be, some people sign up on month 4, but for them, like I wouldn't even label it because it's not month 4.
Right.
It's not the 4th pillar.
The next pillar. It's just the next pillar.
This each pillar is its own thing.
Okay.
And we go through 6 in 6 months, and then you can join as an alumni and come back at a discounted price.
Okay.
It's got to feel like a new thing every time.
Okay.
And then I didn't miss out on anything.
Okay.
I know we got to go, but real quick, Belinda, what you got?
I know you don't like Facebook ads, but like for my products, especially my books, I mean, I don't know how else to get it out there without doing an ad. What would you suggest?
Did I say I don't like Facebook ads? I don't mind. Facebook ads are great. Facebook itself sucks, but advertisement, Facebook and Instagram ads can be great. I think the thing with Facebook, with any advertisement, is you have to figure out the messaging first. So you have to be talking to people to know what they connect with. So as an example, with TDS right now, my salsa dancing company, we're launching virtual classes because people can't come in and do in-person salsa classes right now. So Alex is off DMing people on Instagram, telling them about a free class that we have, and playing with what headline, like what's he typing into the message, and then trying to get them on a call to talk about it to see what do they resonate with. So when he's giving his pitch or talking about what we do, what questions do they ask and what resonates with them? Like what's the thing that gets people to then go take the free class from the conversation? That's a giant waste of time. Like I don't need Alex talking for 30 minutes to get one person to a free class. But what it does, that doesn't scale hard, but it gives you the market feedback to know, okay, when I use this phrase, when I say this sentence, when I position it like this, that's what gets people to open my message and then go to the free class. That's what then you turn into an advertisement.
Okay.
At the beginning, you don't know what's going to work. And so it's a waste of money, or it's like a learning experience. You either learn by spending a whole bunch of money on a bunch of different ideas, or you learn by doing the work and talking to people.
So he just DMs random people, not people that's following him, just random people.
He's DMing people. So part of the class is personal development. So it's like people who join salsa, it's not just to learn the salsa steps. They want to make an improvement in their life, right? They're bored. They don't like where they're at right now. They want to learn a new skill. It's on their bucket list, something, right? So he's looking at hashtag personal development and then DMing people who are in Canada or the US. And that's it. That's like hitting 50 people a day, 100 people a day. He does a text message and then a video like, hey, Belinda. And then whatever he can, every day is a slightly different message.
Right.
And just to see what people connect with, that then want to set up a call with him to then talk about the free class. Again, it doesn't scale very hard. It's a lot of time, zero money. It's just your time to do it. But as he's getting feedback for what people are connecting with, that goes on your landing page. So when you're talking about the book, what's the headline at the top? When you're creating the ad, what's the copy? What's the picture? When you know what people are talking about, what they connect with, it's a lot easier for you to make a better ad. So for example, when we first came up with the landing page, we used text like, you deserve an adventure. Let us teach you. Let's have a great adventure tonight with salsa dancing. And adventure wasn't connecting. When he said adventure on the phone, nobody resonated with it. So our headline is wrong. We need to take off adventure. Like, don't talk about adventure anymore. So as you're talking to people, you say, you deserve an adventure. And you see them do nothing. Like, ooh, okay, I didn't, that wasn't a good, okay. Well, and then you're kind of fumbling to come up with whatever else you can think of. And then you say something like, oh, that, okay, great. And then you update the landing page to have that, right? So right now it's much more about people feel like they're not connected. They're not connected to people. And that's the messages coming up. So we'll update the page to talk about connection. And when Alex is talking to our people, it's talking about connection. And when we really dial that in, then it's going to go to ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, YouTube ads that talk about having connection right now. Because we know that message works, right? If you said, hey, I've got 10K just to throw away and test, great. It's faster through Facebook ads, but you're going to lose a lot of money versus just talking to potential customers and seeing what resonates with them.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.